What's going on? It's your favorite music teacher, Brian, with Best Lesson Ever. Thanks for joining me here on the guitar. Today we're going to talk about bar chords. Now, I don't know why bar has like two R's and an E, but it's a bar like you're using a bar. You know, I should look this up in the dictionary before I talk about it. But hey, it's 2022. I can just say whatever I want, and that's fact, right? All right, let's get going and talk about these bar chords. What is a bar chord? Well, we've learned all of our open chords, G, C, D, E minor, right? But we're missing a couple chords from here, namely the F chord. Why is that? Because F is so hard to play. F starts on the first fret of that low E, and we could play it like this. There's an easy way to play an F, which is really an F major 7. But really, if you have the hand strength for it, now is the time to start on some bar chords. What is a bar chord? Well, we see this E major that we played, right? We're playing an E major, and the guitar nut right here is where the chord starts. When we play a bar chord, our finger takes the place of this nut. So here it's like we move it up to the 5th fret, and then we're still playing technically an E major chord above that. Except now that we've moved this up to the 5th fret, my root note is an A, and we call this an A chord. Let's take a little bit closer on how this looks. We're going to start on A here, which is the 5th fret. The first thing we need to do is just clamp our first finger down. That's our bar right there. Now we've got all these notes. If you can't make it right away, don't worry. This actually requires a lot of hand strength, and you'll want to play this until your hand tires, and then you'll want to take a break. It's like lifting weights. You want to play till you exhaust yourself, then give it a day to rest. You're going to come back stronger. Do this for a month's time. You're going to be playing these bar chords with ease. The first bar chord, this E major, the E major shaped bar chord looks like this. Here's our A and our bass. We have our ring finger on the 7th fret, our pinky on the 7th fret of the D string, and our middle finger on the 6th fret of that G string. We're going to bar the rest of it, and it should sound like this. Nice, that sounds so good and clean. Take your time with it. This is really the most important thing right here. If you can take this and play it well, move it down to other places on the guitar. Nice, if you can get it down to that 1st fret, there we're playing our F major chord. Why is that an F major? It's because our root note, the note that we're barring that starts off the chord, is an F. Right here it's an open E. The next note in the musical alphabet is an F, so this is an F chord. There's our root. We make our bar chord shape, playing an F. Very good. Let's move this back up to A major. We have our A major bar chord here. Let's go to where our middle finger is and remove the middle finger. Now we have an A minor bar chord. This gets hard because you got to put a lot of pressure here on this first finger to make sure that that minor rings out. Here's the minor, here's the major. Nice, so here's our major chord. We just have to remove our middle finger, and we got a minor. Nice. Add the middle finger, here's our major. Excellent. Okay, that's 2 bar chords, but we got to learn 2 more. I want you to take this major shape and move it down 1 string. Aha, right there. Let's listen to how that sounds. Nice. We call this a D minor. Our index finger is playing a D here on this A string, and then we have this minor shape below it. Just like when we played the A minor. All it is an A minor, except we've moved it up to the 5th fret, and our index finger is now the nut that used to be down here. Here's our D chord. It sounds like this. D minor. Ah, nice. One thing to note, on our first finger, I'm fretting this D here. I'm actually touching the low E with a little bit of my index finger so that it mutes. This is a pro move here so that I can play this chord and not worry about hitting that low E, which would sound horrible. It would sound like this. That does not sound good. That's muddy. You need to make sure and mute that low E so that it sounds clean. Nice. Excellent. Okay, here's the last bar chord we have to learn. It's the same shape. We're going to use our index finger on the 5th fret of that A string for a D. We're going to take our ring finger and smash it against 3 notes at once. That's right, I'm playing 3 notes with just 1 finger, my ring finger. It's not easy to do. This is actually going to take the most amount of effort to get, but when it sounds good, it sounds good. Don't worry about playing this high E string. I'm more concerned with playing a D, And then the next 3 notes with your ring finger to make a D major sound. Nice. Try that again, really getting on this ring finger. You'll notice all this pressure I have, and it's kind of popping the knuckle out of it, right? This is not an easy chord to play. Excellent. Nice. Now we have our bar chord exercise. It starts on the 5th fret. We're going to start with an A minor. That's with our middle finger out. Then we'll add our middle finger, A major. Then we'll move everything down to the D minor. Nice. And then we're going to crush our ring finger across for the D major. Nice. The whole exercise sounds like this. A major, D minor, D major, back to A minor, A major, D minor, D major. This exercise hurts even my hand right now. It's starting to cramp up a little bit. As soon as you start to get a little resistance in your hand, take a break, relax. Go do something fun. Come back to it in 30 minutes. This is the best way to practice guitar, is for short periods of time until you really develop that strength in your hands. Right now we're working on bar chords. This is a next level kind of thing. This is really your step from beginner into intermediate. Spend some time doing this. You're going to be so happy when your bar chords are sounding great and you can play any song, and you can finally throw away that capo and use the capo that God gave you. That's right, your index finger. A minor, A major, D minor, D major. Go out and have some fun. Let me know if you have any questions. I can definitely help you out. See you next time.